Now we will discuss calculation of equilibrium concentration, equilibrium concentration and partial pressure. Calculation of equilibrium concentration and as well as the pressure. Actually, the equilibrium concentration of various reactants and products are known in a reaction. The equilibrium constant can be calculated. Then we'll be find out the equilibrium concentrations like Kc and Kp. Means here the equilibrium constant can be calculated. On the other hand, if the equilibrium constant can be known, then we will find out then the equilibrium constant can be calculated. What are the steps involved in the calculation of equilibrium concentrations and pressure? The first one is write the chemical formula or chemical equation for the reaction. Write the chemical equation. And second one is equilibrium constant expression we should write. First one, write the chemical equation for that reaction. Second one, express the equilibrium constant for concentration, equilibrium constant for partial pressure. Then we will calculate. Okay, now already some characteristics of equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant does not depend on or independent of the initial concentration of product and reactants. Equilibrium constant independent of the presence of catalyst. Okay, equilibrium constant is depending upon the temperature. Okay, in a reversible reaction, the rate of forward equilibrium constant for forward direction is inversely proportional to the equilibrium constant for backward direction. These are all factors. Now we will calculate the units. Okay, now we can observe here one more important point here. The equilibrium constant is expressed in terms of concentration. It has different units for different reactions. For example, how to express the equilibrium concentration and partial pressure of different reactions. For example, now I am taking first equation. When hydrogen combines with iodine to form hydrogen iodide. Now, what are the Kc here? Concentration, the ratio between product of concentration of product by concentration of product of concentration of reactant. This is concentration. No? Okay, what are the units of concentration? Mole per liter whole square by here also mole per liter into mole per liter. Okay, you can observe here mole per liter whole square by here also mole into mole square, that is a liter into liter square. Both these two are gets cancelled. Hence there is no particular units of Kc. If you take like Kp also, this one, what is the Kp of in this reaction? Kp is equal to partial pressure of Hi whole square by partial pressure of H2 into partial pressure of I2. What is the units of partial pressure? The units of partial pressure is atm. Atm whole square by atm into atm. It is also atm whole square by atm square. Gets cancelled. Kp also 1. Means here you can observe delta n value is equal to 0. Means delta n means np minus nr is equal to 0. Means number of moles of gaseous products is same as the number of moles of gaseous reactants. The K has no units. The number of moles of gaseous products, here how many number of moles of gaseous product? 2 moles. Number of moles of gaseous reactants becomes equal or same. then the equilibrium constant has no units. That is one of the reaction here. If you take one more reaction, if you take one more example, now I am taking one more example here. Synthesis of ammonia. If you take one more example, synthesis of ammonia. When N2 combines with hydrogen to form ammonia, you can observe here Np is equal to 2 moles, Nr is equal to 4 moles, delta N is equal to 2 minus 4 is equal to minus 2. How to express the units of this one? Kc is equal to concentration of NH3 power 2 by concentration of N2 into concentration of H2 power 3. Okay, mole per liter whole square by mole per liter into mole per liter whole cube. Now what happened here? Kc is equal to mole per liter whole square by, this is 1 here 3 nana, that is mole per liter whole power 4. These two are cancelled. Kc is equal to 1 by mole per liter power minus 2. That is mole power minus 2 liter square are the units of this one Kc. Like that Kp also atm power minus, atm square by atm, atm power minus 2. This is information about calculation of units of equilibrium concentration as well as a partial pressure. Simply, if the number of moles of products is not same as the number of moles of gaseous reactants, certain units depending upon the change in number of moles, Okay, these are the units. Okay, this is information about calculation of expression of calculation of equilibrium concentration and partial pressure. Thank you.